we're trying something different, and you're looking at our faces. Unless you're listening in this Just Strictly podcast, then you're just going to hear our voice. And if you're wondering what voice this is, well, this one here, this is Matt or Beard Laws. That's what I go by. This is Beard Laws podcast, episode 106, in the studio. Right across from me, staring at me, rocking a Royal J. Acres LLC established in 1959. I think that's what it says. There's a cow on it, and that's Logan. And he's wearing a shout out Squeaks Beard shirt. Shout out Squeaks Beard.
Squeaks Beard.
And apparently he doesn't feel real well. So hopefully your vagina gets better, Squeak, and you get better as
Wet
well.
Wipes, bud. Wet wipes.
And then underneath on the live show is Brandon J. McDermott. He is a Braves fan, but he's rocking a Toronto Blue Jays hat, new era. It's looking super sexy, and
he's bringing sexy back.
Yeah, and he's got that nice blue shirt to go with it. And then there's the Beard Bro. He's rocking his own merchandise, like he's the opener of a band, or maybe he's working like the merchandise stand for a band, and it's camo, so you can only see the front of it, which is a leather patch, and it looks exactly like him.
Right.
But like kind of if he was pooped on by an elephant that had diarrhea, because it's super brown. And he's also rocking, well, he was flexing, but he's rocking a Flag City Brewery shirt, which is pretty cool too. Flag City Brewery. And that's us. That's the crew tonight. And we're super excited to be here. We got some amazing viewers already racking up in here. And we're super excited to be here. We're going to continue kind of mixing the show up a little bit. You're going to hear some free-flowing conversations. You're going to get a chance to just kind of see how funny we really are, really funny how we think we are.
Sure.
But
sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We got a couple of things that we're gonna talk about, some funny stuff, and maybe even some of the most embarrassing moments of some of our lives that these guys don't even know what we're gonna talk about yet.
Right.
But can we still do the thing?
Yeah, you want? Okay, let's do the thing. You guys ready? We're gonna do the intro. All right, ready? Do the thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's intro time. Welcome back. That was some great tunes. That was a great intro, and it started off the episode with a chicka. So Logan, he was over there. He says, "We come hang." He didn't really say it like that. Yeah, like that. Like so,
that.
Fellas, glad to be back. Glad to do this Thursday edition again with us. Super excited. Anybody that watched the show last week, we do a viewer submitted wheel.
Doo-doo.
And so on the wheel, last week was spun that we're going to talk about a little bit later. On the picker wheel is mountains or beach. Which vacation would we like? So we will talk about that a little bit later as well. And if you guys want anything added to the picker wheel, then just let us know in the comments. Logan will feature that. Or if any time you have some good stuff that you want to talk to us about, you can feel free to email Logan. I'm pretty sure he doesn't check it or cannot read or doesn't know how to send an email, but Logan@beardlaws.com. You can send all of your appropriate or inappropriate emails.
I'll take D, all of the above, Alex.
Oh, you just asked everybody to send you their Ds. Well, good for you. That's
all of the above Ds.
Yes.
Hang on, let me grab my phone. I gotta.
So this week we are going to focus with less segments because we want this free flowing. So we are not going to do the beer of the week. We're not going to do the whiskey of the week. But quickly, they're going to just say what they are sipping on. Logan, what are you sipping on?
Crushing the last of my Clayton Distillery Hall. This is the Heatwave cinnamon flavored whiskey. It's nice.
It's a
There you go,
nice.
good sir.
And Beer Bro, what are you sipping on? You got. Ooh, we got some of this.
You know, I had like one sip left of the Bud Light Seltzer maple pear, and I gotta say it's not horrible. It's. I tried the seltzer pack, but I'm gonna go ahead and kick to my Boulevard Fling now, which is the craft cocktail. It's a whiskey mule. So yeah,
Interesting. A
Let me sip on
whiskey
that.
mule in a can. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
So
Made
cheers
by
to
Boulevard on
everybody.
it, KC.
Let us know in the comments or what you guys are sipping on and what's your go-to. But as Logan mentioned, this is one from a local distillery. It is cinnamon flavored. So when I think cinnamon, and I'm curious what you guys think of, I think instantly, I don't know why it pops in my head, I think like cinnamon rolls or cinnamon toast crunch. And it reminded me of a story that I saw where I think it was in like March or May. Apparently some shrimp tails ended up in cinnamon toast crunch.
That's right.
Do you guys remember hearing this? So I looked it up, and on the crimson.com, there was an article that says, are you telling me a shrimp fried this Cinnamon Toast Crunch on March 22nd? Somebody, a Jason Karp, tweeted, because, that's where all the cool kids hang out, is on the tweeter. Why are there shrimp tails in my cereal? And this is not a bit. Within hours, the Twitterverse exploded. So this guy is he's a producer, writer, actor, and podcaster. And apparently he had some shrimp tails in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I got to ask you guys, obviously you heard about that. If you had shrimp tails in there and they were cinnamon flavored, would you still eat them?
Well, no. But my question is, did they ever prove it? I mean, how the fuck?
I think they did
you
prove
get
it.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and why is there shrimp in the same building?
I think I'm pretty sure they proved it. So like for the next month, my kids love that stuff. For the next month, like I was pouring their cereal so freaking slow, like inspecting every Cinnamon Toast Crunch piece of bread in there. I'm like staring at it, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "There's fucking shrimp in here, man."
Secondly, what I would have done if I were Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Post or whoever the fuck owns them, Kellogg's, is I would have come out with Cinnamon Toast Crunch shrimp with little mini shrimps. I would have played off it.
Shrimp.
Yeah, I just
shrimp,
been like, sorry,
shaped marshmallows.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not a fan of marshmallows in my cereal. I'm not 7.
Sorry.
Oh, really? Not even once in a while?
I am.
No. Only marshmallows belong on s'mores.
I'd rather have them in my cereal.
So in this article, though, apparently this guy is married to Topanga, the actress Topanga, and apparently the cereal was purchased from the Costco on Topanga Canyon Boulevard. His wife played Topanga in Boy Meets World, and he used to be a guest on Pistol Shrimp podcast. So there's no way that this could be real. But either way, Cinnamon Toast Crunch put out a general public statement to say that they are still working with Carp, which I doubt they are right now. The whole thing died down apparently, but it can't be real.
My question is, would it still have mattered if a person who had consumed those, if they were allergic to shellfish, would it have made a difference?
It's a good question.
Yeah,
how cooked was it? How dried was it?
Yeah. Huh.
I'm not sure, but moving on, I would like to say that when I was 14 years old, Topanga was hot. But then when I grew up, I realized Topanga would not be the woman you would want to be with. Oh, God. If you were married with her, oh, no. That voice forever. Oh, God. Shoot.
I was just going to say, she seems like she might be a bit much.
Yes. And a little
I'd
bit
still
much.
hang out with her, though.
You go from Boy Meets World to Married with Children.
I told you to take the trash out yesterday, Jeffrey.
We're so rich and famous that we don't take our own trash out. I've been telling you.
I'd be like, first off, bitch, who the fuck is Jeffrey? I'm Logan.
I'm driving it right over the cliff. Just
So obviously, guys, Cinnamon Toast Crunch came right up to me. This Clayton Distillery stuff is pretty good. Brandon, when you hear cinnamon, I mean, does other than maybe the first time you went to a strip club and saw a shoe model called Cinnamon, does anything else pop into your mind?
You know what I think of? I think of fall time. I think of an amazing apple butter, which is very underrated, by the way. I don't like to have it very often because, things can kind of get overdone, but apple butter is amazing. And apple butter toast with a little bit of butter on it. Oh, there you go. It's good stuff. Yeah. Cinnamon reminds me of apple butter.
Oh, I can see that. What about you, Beard Bro? What when you think cinnamon, I mean, is it booze related or what pops in your mind first?
Well, immediately Fireball. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say Fireball. But far too many bad decisions there. So maybe I'll just go with a coffee cake. I feel like that's a good thing.
Yeah. What about you, Logan?
Never been a fan of the cinnamon unless it was in like a whiskey. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the only thing with cinnamon that I like. I hate Cinnabuns, hate cinnamon donuts. I hate apple cider cinnamon shit. Wow. It's just not my thing. So yeah, pretty much dancer's name Cinnamon and Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Hot Damn or Fireball.
Okay. Well, all right. So yeah, shoe models and booze seems to be the consensus here when you think cinnamon. And so you're not even a fan of cinnamon rolls?
No, I hate them. Hate them.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
You a fan of happiness, Logan?
I cry at night.
Do you like feeling good about stuff?
I just
fan of flavor by chance?
I just cry a lot.
It's okay. It's okay. Speaking of crying, it's Halloween time, all right? And I feel like now is like the season for scary movies. And for whatever reason, it kind of drops off because then it turns all like family time with Thanksgiving, even though that had a dark past. And then Christmas and Christmas movies and happiness and then seasonal depression after that with trying to catch up with the bills and the fact that you still have 4 months of winter where we are. But scary movies, all right? Maybe you're not a huge horror movie buff, but I guarantee you there's one movie that kind of stands out, or maybe there's a couple that you truly do like. So I'd love us to kind of say, hey, I love, this kind of movie, or maybe this is a Halloween tradition that you and the family or just you like to watch, or maybe you grew up watching. So I don't know, Beard Bro, you got one in mind? You're looking like it, or are you thinking still? Because if not,
I mean, I gotta say, we've already watched our family Halloween movie. I'll say if we're not going with scary, if we're just going with something that's a good tradition, Nightmare Before Christmas. We got to watch that one every time, every year around Halloween. We've got to watch it, and my son was really wanting to watch it the other night, so we popped it on, and it did not disappoint. As with
that's a
every
good
year.
one. No, that's a good one, Brandon.
We'll watch it again around Christmas too.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're talking about movies we enjoy that are horror movies.
Yeah, just so just a scary movie, whether it's something you enjoy, whether it's like a tradition.
Around this time of year, I just love watching the Jason movies. They're not scary; they're just really fun to watch. You can binge watch them because they're just so terrible, and you can watch like 6 of them, and they're basically the same, but they're different. But they're fun. The Leprechaun movies are good too, but Jason are good first.
Highly underrated.
Yes. One of my favorite moments of the Leprechaun was just the way that he could bust out the riddles. Like there was a man from a trash whose balls were made of fine brass, and dark stormy weather they both clanged together, and sparks blew out of his ass. You guys don't remember that one?
That's a good one.
No, that was a good one. Yeah, and then he does that creepy little laugh, and then he did something with the guy's balls, and but yeah, I'll tell you mine, Logan.
This is not a topic for me. When I was younger, like I would watch like the Halloween Charlie Brown and Garfield, but there was a Winnie the Pooh thing. I think it was a Halloween with Uffalumps and Woozles. Anyone remember that?
Heffalumps
and Woozles. Okay,
Yep.
so I'm so much of a wuss that that still scared me back then, and I don't want to watch it now. I will not watch scary movies. I like if I'm flipping through late at night or during the day and like Scream comes on, I might watch 10 minutes to look at Nev Campbell for 5 seconds, and then it's off. Like I do not watch Halloween movies, scary movies. The only one I like is Nightmare Before Christmas because it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's
I'm a big
See?
wuss when it comes to that stuff.
See, I grew up a much different life. Like I would come up here and visit my grandpa, who was a horror movie buff. Like he was the guy that would take VHS tapes, rent them, record them on VHS tapes, and he could get like 3 movies. He had it down to like a science. He'd get like 3 movies on one VHS tape. Then he would catalog it, write them down, and if you wanted to borrow it, you had to sign it out as if it was a movie rental place. So, I mean, we would sit right in the kitchen and we would watch horror movies all the time. But one of the first ones I remember is watching Children of the Corn.
Yeah,
that was one of the first ones.
I tried watching that for 5 minutes. I was like, nope.
And then like the Pet Cemetery was one that I remember watching. And then he was
about Jeepers Creepers.
I don't really remember that back in the day. Or they redid it too, right?
Mm-hmm. They got a 2 and a 3.
Yep. Yeah. So and 1, 2 that I remember was A Nightmare on Elm Street, because Elm Street is a place close to us in Potsdam, New York, which the movie was based upon, I believe.
Right. Similar, and he went to Potsdam State, I believe, right?
Yep. So he went to college up here. So like there was that, which is a pretty cool thing. And then, as I grew up and started to party a lot more, I actually had my own nightmares on Elm Street, but we'll save those for some different episodes. And
Grandpa was a pretty serious guy when it comes to the movies, huh?
Oh, you weren't messing around. Oh, and then he would like call you and be like, hey, you've had this movie for 10 days. You think you could bring this back? Like it was
put your mommy on the phone. I'm gonna charge you late fee.
It was awesome. Like his whole entire living room, which I'm thankful because I actually live in that house right now. So the kit that my actual refrigerator was the one that had the notepad that you signed it out on. And then my living room was their living room that had just cabinets upon cabinets and cases of just cataloged, numbered movies. It was awesome.
Grandpa, can we take home the leprechaun? Oh no, son, you haven't returned the Freddy Krueger movie. Not till you bring it back.
So along the similar note, my mom, God bless her, she did the exact same thing. She wouldn't dub them over to a different thing, but she just anytime that I said, "Hey, can I use that movie?" she'd write it down. Oh yeah, she had a note written for everything that I ever borrowed to go take to college or anything. I'm like, you understand? I'm your son, right? So
Yeah, I still have to think
Whatever.
that probably my favorite though movie, and it's not, I guess, would be a horror movie, but Halloween is just Beetlejuice. What
Yep.
what a
That's
flick
pretty
that
cool
was,
movie.
you know.
Great movie.
You guys ever watch the old, especially now that we're older, ever watch the old Twilight Zone or anything with Boris Karloff?
Mhm.
Like I can handle that stuff. Like Twilight Zone is fantastic. Boris Karloff stuff from the old days is fantastic. I can
Some of
handle
that-
that stuff.
Did
that
you
shit's
watch
pretty
the
scary.
original? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Some of that shit's pretty scary.
Oh
It is
yeah.
scary. That's the thing. Like I can handle that stuff. I can watch John Wick 1 through 3 for 15 days straight and watch all the blood and gore in the world. I
But
can't
not
get
Winnie the
scared
Pooh.
with- I can't get scared with heffalumps and woozles and people stabbing. I think it's a stabbing thing. I don't want to get stabbed. I'd rather get shot. I'm just like behind the corner. Just fucking shoot me. Don't stab me and make me sit there and be like, ah, yeah. Like no,
Did you ever watch The Purge?
no, because kind of this. I'm like I don't.
Okay. All right.
mass killings, I think, even on TV, and not to be like all whatever, but like they creep me out. Like even something like The Purge, like my wife will get into movies on Netflix, and all of a sudden there's like this big thing, or they're scary, or like I'll watch a great murder mystery, but as soon as it gets scary, or there's any like evil beings involved, I'm like, yeah, no, or I'll just get out and watch a game. I'll go to the kitchen and watch a basketball or baseball game. I'm a wuss. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna just sit here and drink during this conversation.
Hey,
okay.
I'm not going to go too far down the avenue, but what I will say is we're talking scary movies. The scariest thing that has ever happened to me during a movie. Did you guys ever watch The Haunting of Emily Rose?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay,
No.
so I made the mistake of watching it, and in that movie there was I went to a theater to watch it, and if you, Brandon, did you say yes?
Mm.
So
He's like,
again,
"Mhm."
I definitely I'm a firm believer in the metaphysical. So there is good, there is evil. I'm in this theater, no shit, back in college, and there's a scene where they're doing the exorcism, and during that scene, I found out afterwards, you find out in the credits that they actually used the real recorded audio from the exorcism in the movie. No shit. During that scene of the movie, the theater dropped and you could see your breath in the theater, and it was not done by the theater.
Huh.
That's all I'm going to say about that. That's it. The temperature dropped in the theater, and you could see your breath. Everybody saw their breath in the theater during that scene. That's it. Game over. Never again.
Interesting.
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
I'd walk next door and watch the freaking kids movie with them.
Nope. I walked out, and that was the only time I've ever walked through a movie theater parking lot and felt tripped out, like someone was around me. So
Internally violated.
Yep, I don't do it. I don't mess. That's one thing, just like you with heffalumps and woozles and shit. I don't mess with dark force stuff. Don't do it. Nope.
You sure somebody wasn't vaping next to
I
you?
get the feeling that
Nope.
Brandon is just looking at us going, you freaking Sally ass.
You seem like the folks that would be excited about somebody with card tricks in an alley.
Oh, magic.
No.
That is my card.
Yes, I am.
Nope.
How did you do that?
Wow.
You guys
Okay.
check it out.
All right, fine. Magic for Humans is a fantastic series on Netflix.
Oh, see, you nailed it, Brandon. You nailed it. So obviously this is a maybe a little embarrassing. Logan admitted that that scary movies aren't his thing. He gets scared, and
Well, they make me pee a little.
in
whatever.
the Beard Bro, he had a moment in the theater. So let's keep with the embarrassing kind of dialogue going.
Mhm.
Let's talk about maybe one of the most embarrassing outfits that you've ever worn. Maybe you can say, hey, it was for Halloween, or maybe there was just this embarrassing moment where you just decided to wear something embarrassing just because it was Thursday. Who wants to be? Who wants? Oh, Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon's got it.
He's already got it.
I was a nerd, and I was a sports nerd, and I was a sports reporter for several years, about 10 years. But when I was 14 years old, I'm a huge Nebraska Husker fan, and it was 2001, and we lost. We got our teeth kicked in by Miami in the championship game. But leading up to the championship game, we had lost in the Big 12 title game to Colorado. We got we lost the last regular season game to Colorado. We didn't even make it to the title game, the conference game. To get to the national title game as a non-championship playing team in a conference title, we had to have Texas lose, Tennessee win and beat Florida. We had to have Oklahoma lose to Oklahoma State, and I don't even remember the last one. LSU had to beat Tennessee is what it was.
Wow.
So all of these games happened and went in Nebraska's favor. And the last one was LSU beating Tennessee. And Matt Mock was their quarterback. Nobody knows who Matt Mock is. Nobody fucking remembers. But you know what? I did. So the next day I wore yellow sweatpants and a white T-shirt with 18 on the front and on the back and M-A-U-C-K, Mock spelled out. Ain't nobody knew who the fuck I was. I was a freshman in high school walking around with some yellow, dirty, dingy-ass jogging pants. Got made fun of up and down, but I didn't even give a shit. Looking back, everybody's always like, Brandon, you remember that time you wore those yellow jogging pants? I do. And I cherish it.
And I cherish.
They're on his wall in his bathroom. He stares at them when he poops. They're that important.
Wow. That is pretty important. So which one you guys want to admit one of the most embarrassing things you've ever worn?
Oh man. Beard bro, you got any? I don't know.
I've got one, and
Go ahead.
I've never shared this with anybody ever.
Oh, breaking
I usually
news.
with everybody.
Yeah. Now I'm going to share it with the freaking world, the internet, which is great.
450,000 people are
A
going
lot
to
of
hear
people.
this story right now.
That's right. That's right. Laura, get ready. So, yeah. So here's a fun story. So back whenever I was probably 7, that counts. I think that's good. No, back whenever I was probably about 7, I would say, for Halloween one time, my mom thought it would be funny for me to dress up as something and not tell my dad, because my dad was working during the day, and so not tell my dad that it was me dressed up. I didn't know what she was dressing me up as, but she said, "Here, put this wig on, and here, let me paint your face and stuff like that." Turns out she dressed me up like a little girl. Here's the funny thing is, I didn't see myself. She never showed me a mirror or anything else about that. The funniest part was, whenever my dad got home, my mom told him that I was upstairs playing in my room, and I came around the corner and trick-or-treated at the house. It was Halloween. Very, very, very mindful there.
That's a good time to trick or treat.
Yeah. So came around the corner, rang the doorbell. My dad goes to answer the door, and he's like, "Honey, do we have any candy or whatever?" And he's like, yeah, give me a second. Like he was lost, and he's like, "Here you go. All right, well, see you later. Do you have a parent out here or anything?" Like he's looking around. There's nobody out there. And I'm like, "Dad, it's me." And he's like, "What?" And so like that was the only time I can really say my dad was stupid confused.
And a little worried.
I was as well once I saw photos years later. So yeah. Wow. Now you know my deep dark secret. That's it.
So how many times since then have you dressed up as a girl again because you liked it?
0.
Oh, okay.
No, different, just for different conversations.
I didn't say because I like it. He said because I like it. I didn't say because I like it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So I mean, has anybody else in here willing to admit that they've dressed up as a girl before?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
For
we've all.
Halloween in high school.
Yeah, in high school as
I
well.
don't need Halloween, bud.
Just like the punishment. That's all.
Yeah, Logan was like, "I did that yesterday just because."
What? That's weird.
I call that a Thursday. Speaking of, gotta
Get
go
free
change.
beers at ladies' night if you're a dude.
So Logan, do you have anything that you've dressed up?
Other than like your early 90s, like my parents helped me dress and I had the weird, completely white hair and white haircut. No, like I can't get embarrassed by what I put on. I mean, I've had some stupid Halloween costumes we talked about last week, and plus a ton I haven't talked about. And then if you dare me, I'll do it. So like I don't get embarrassed really by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's I am me, and everybody knows it. I mean, no, not really.
Same.
done.
I don't know. I don't really get embarrassed. I don't think nothing comes to mind with me. Like I would tell you guys, obviously, but I have nothing
Like,
that.
The Labor Day year, the only not embarrassed, a touch ashamed, only because of circumstances beyond my control that I knew of. When it was like redneck theme for Labor Day, and I wore the shorty shorts and my old 70s Pepsi shirt, and I was carrying around like toilet paper. I had the creepy 70s stash. Well, I just happened to be me and my buddy Rob, we MC the parade every year. So we announce everybody and everything, and the bands play right in front of us. So I get dressed up. I look like a redneck with shorty shorts. No big deal. And then in front of us, the band comes. They're all, they're a high school band. I am a high school coach, whatever. And all of a sudden, I realize as the wind picks up and I get this gust of wind into my sack, I'm sitting, just normal, table over top, but nothing that the band is playing right in front of us. The wind picks up.
Yep.
So the wind picking up only let me realize what's going on. I'm like, I have shorty shorts on. I was wearing underwear, but it didn't matter, I don't think. And I was like, I need to close my legs. So like I just slowly closed my legs. Like so now I'm like paranoid, checking all like everyone from across the street, the band. No one's like going, oh. So I think I'm good in the clear for that.
Nobody
This
said
is years ago. No one was like, hey, why is his sack hanging out?
Nobody said Bumblebee Tuna.
When
Nobody
was
said
this?
Bumblebee Tuna.
Like what time of year?
Labor Day weekend every year. We announce the parade and we sit at a table and we're like, hey, the Hewelton band and all this, we announce everybody. And I just happen to be sitting there all relaxed, legs spread, dressed as a weirdo from 1972 wearing shorty short cut jean shorts. And when it never would have occurred to me until all of a sudden when that wind picked up, I got a cold breeze where it shouldn't have been. And that's what made me aware. I was like, holy crap, my stuff is out somewhere. And that's the only I've been ashamed of that one because I should have thought better that I was sitting there. But there had been years past when it was covered, like they put a tablecloth there just because it looked better. They didn't that year, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm going to jail." I did not
let the old Slim Jim and cherries hanging out there, huh?
Yeah, it could have been.
Right.
Luckily, it's all really small, so the wind, it was probably just shade. Like they didn't see anything.
Wow, that's a good moment. That's a good moment. Yeah. So the one time Logan had his balls hanging out for a whole high school band performance.
That's so not okay to say online. I don't know why I do this show.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We do it because we truly do love it, and we love every single person that's listening and or watching. We really do appreciate that as well. So let's close out the embarrassing story so Logan doesn't.
What's yours?
I don't have an embarrassing outfit. Like I'm thinking.
You're kind of like me. I mean,
well, like one day you shaved. I mean, what?
I mean, I've shaved before, but at that point, like I wasn't embarrassed about it.
I would say every day since you've started growing a beard, that you have shaved down low, like basically since you were 12. Every day that you've been completely bare shaved, you look completely different. If I were you, I'd probably go with that. I mean, you're pretty ugly.
But what about his face?
How about
right? That's what I mean.
So one time, I guess
not good.
I guess I wasn't overly embarrassed, but it was. I guess it could be an embarrassing moment. I was first year of college in Plattsburgh, and was probably supposed to be at class, but we were playing beer pong, and we had I had a sweet black mullet wig, which I think at one point I actually found some old pictures Logan was wearing one night at Doug's bartending with a big chew in his mouth, like good times. So you guys, we had like a little dart gun that just kind of looked like a normal little like BB gun or whatever. And the guys were like, hey, go outside and rush hour traffic on the busiest street in Plattsburgh, sit in a lawn chair with your black mullet wig a chew-in, no shirt on, and like Daisy Duke shorts. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. So whatever. I'm just sitting there, not really thinking of it, kind of drunk. And this was before soccer practice, oddly enough, just kind of twirling the gun. And then next thing you know, we came back inside. We're like, one more game before practice. So we're playing a game of beer pong, and we just kind of looked out, and there was cops scaling the apartment. Well, somebody had called, said there was a crazy guy twirling a gun, and the cops decided to surround the apartment, had us all out there. I was in handcuffs with Daisy Dukes on and the mullet wig, and we just got talking to the guys, and we're like, hold on. They're like, we're going to come in the house, and we're like, oh, we don't know what we're going to find in there, so we'll bring it out to you. And they're like, this is a BB. We're going to keep this. And I had to show up to soccer practice, and I just scrambled to get there. I was in those shorts only, and the coach was like, what the fuck, Matt? And I just ran for the entire practice barefoot in those shorts, no shirt on, and I was still wearing the wig.
But
I wasn't embarrassed.
Like Beckham.
And that's why he's actually not in the MLS right now. That was pretty much the moment.
That's the reason that I decided to move on from my soccer playing career. But all right, well, let's close out the embarrassing things before I guess more comes out. But we can add on to these stories, and maybe as it continues to flow, I'm sure more embarrassing things will come out. But one thing that I thought was interesting, I was just kind of thinking earlier, probably while I was taking a poop, was so many people just randomly know facts. You know, it could be a fact about food or beer or anything, but it seems like, you know, everybody, because I was at work and this guy was telling us facts, and I was just like, how do you know these things? So I'm like, you know what, I want to see what the crew knows. And there's one fact that just pops into my head real quick, and then Logan's excited. I always knew how many 16-ounce beers were in a half keg, because I delivered beer for a little bit, and it was like 124 to 125 16-ounce beers in a half keg. And people are like, why do you know that? And I'm like, I don't know, but it's in my brain. All right, Logan, you're excited.
So mine's not a random fact. Mine is a Halloween fact that I was looking up earlier today anyways, because Matt and I have been talking about the show. And then Beard Bro mentioned about dressing up as a girl and surprising his dad, right? So one thing I learned, for some reason, I was like looking up Halloween murders. This dude. So this 9-year-old girl needed a costume, so a relative of hers dressed her up as a skunk. Black, white line down the middle, right? She goes trick-or-treating to her uncle's.
Yeah, because most people don't know what a skunk looks like.
Right. Her uncle pulls out a shotgun and shoots her.
That.
Wow. Shoots her dead. Shoots her 4 times, 3 times, whatever. Shoots her dead, thinking she's a skunk. With a shotgun, shoots her. She was standing up. He thought she was a skunk.
Were they from Florida?
Must have been, but like I was like reading that one, I was like terrified. I was like, okay, I'm done reading. Like, no, it's just freaky.
So you have no facts like in your brain that people are just sitting there and there's a conversation. People are saying cool shit like, hey, no, there's like 124. There's nothing that ever just pops in your brain and you're like,
other than like weird baseball stats. No, not really. Stan Musial had the same batting average home and away. So I believe it's 324. Don't quote me on it, but it's 324. I think home and away for his career average.
Really?
What was Ty Cobb's career average?
Oh,
you know this.
No, I don't.
I believe it was 366.
Yeah, I was gonna say 348. I think you're right.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's that.
McDermott, you're good. 366.
You may be wrong, but you may be right.
Sorry to cut you. Are you done with your story?
Yeah. But that was
my
great.
two. I've got 2 quick ones. I live in the state of Iowa. We've got, I think, 2.9 million people, somewhere around there. There is 8 or 9 times more pigs in the state of Iowa than there are people.
Wow,
really?
At least until now, because it's a hog month, National Hog Month, and so we're going to just fry them all.
I've spent a month hogging before too.
You're saying the number goes down a little bit,
probably. So the second one is Americans eat 30 pounds of pasta on average a year, and Italians eat 50 pounds of pasta per year.
Wow.
I'm gonna say their number's low on me.
It was National Pasta Day this week, and I had somebody on the show.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I also know, and it's never been scientifically proven by me or anybody that I know, but I've always heard, maybe it's a fact, maybe it's not, that it takes 10 pounds of human pressure to rip off the human nutsack.
Whoa.
That's what I've been told for a while, and here's why.
That's
And
why I
you're
can't do
going,
it.
what the fuck? So, in high school,
I've
there
done
was
pretty hard.
there was a couple of older guys, funny guys, and we're not going to say names, all right? But we were sitting there one night. We were at a high school dance, right? And apparently there were some other people from other schools that were outside waiting to fight us for whatever reason. I don't know. And I just remember kind of like a pickup speech. Like the one guy's like, all right, good buddies, we're going to get into a fight tonight. We're going to win this fight. And just remember, if we're losing, it only takes 10 pounds of human pressure to rip off the human nutsack. And all of us, we have more than that. So let's go rip off their nutsacks. And we were all just kind of looking at him like, what the fuck?
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but that's always a fact that I've
fucked
believed in my
up.
life. So if anybody is a doctor or if anybody knows facts about the human nutsack,
I guess it's PSI.
Or if anybody doesn't mind having that in their Google search history.
yeah, or anybody that doesn't mind Googling
On it.
that. Oh, he's on it. Beard Bro's on it.
Got it.
But yeah, that was always one for me. I can't wait to see. I'm looking at the Beard Bro Googling how many pounds. And he muted because the last time, for anybody that doesn't know, he was typing on his keyboard and people thought there was cans of paint in a dryer or a washing machine because it was
rather loud.
it was pretty aggressive typing. So he's Googling.
It says that in order to rupture the protective outer tunica albuginea after direct force, which is apparently your nutsack, it says a 50-pound force is needed.
Oh, 50 pounds.
So
Well,
it says the testicle ruptures when force is applied through the organ that is trapped against the bony pelvis or protective cup or inner thigh. So maybe it's not talking about the actual sac. It might just be talking about the nut itself.
Because Razi says that it takes 7 pounds of pressure to rip off the human ear.
Oh,
So-
here you go. It says how much effort to remove a rapist's testicles. You know, I feel like this is completely relevant. Last night, Stam Stitch, we somehow got into a discussion that one of the members had seen an expert on Oprah talking about how to prevent rape. If I'm quoting correctly, and this is third hand now, he said you grab the individual by that area of their body and you pull down and twist. It only takes 8 pounds of pressure to pull the boys off. There you go, buddy. 8 pounds.
Okay, so some people use an 8-pound bowling ball, some use a 10. So we're gonna go with my theory that I've been told my life: 10 pounds of human pressure to rip off the human nutsack.
I think you're probably right.
That's just messed up. Like, who was the first person who was like, wonder how much it takes
We're gonna put a torque wrench on this.
pull off a testicle?
Well, obviously medieval times and stuff like that. Do you know how dark into? I mean, I didn't live.
Oh yeah,
through
no,
it.
I mean, right. I mean, you weren't there, but I mean,
The
Hey,
stuff that you hear.
you could have.
Forget medieval times. Just be a dad of a daughter and you walk in at the wrong time. That's all I'm saying.
There.
Guy's gone. Game over.
Glad I'm not.
Yeah, I don't. Anyway, so yeah, but like I don't know. All right, so 10 pounds of human pressure to rip off the human nutsack. Does anybody else have any cool facts that just live in their head that they've heard at the? Maybe it was the bar.
Brandon, to be clear, Ty Cobb was 366. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
366 for Ty Cobb. That's fantastic, Brandon.
Wow, well done,
You're a
Brandon.
goddamn genius.
You look good in a Blue Jays hat, by the way.
You look great in a Blue Jays hat. I am
It's
half
fantastic,
hard.
especially with the polo. Looks good.
Fucking, I'm full hard. I'm half hard. That's just I don't want to diminish it.
We are a motley crew for anybody that is looking. And big shout out to Liquid Shano, 1973. That's the year of his favorite car, I believe. No, it's probably the year he was born.
The average American consumes 10 liters of alcohol a year, while the average Russian consumes about 18.
Well, I guess
Got a
I'm
lot of
Russian.
catching up to do, don't we, boys?
Is that a liter of cola? It's for a cup.
That said, I'm pretty sure I'm now part Russian.
How many ounces in a liter?
Oh,
Does
I don't
anybody know without Googling?
Ah, fuck.
Nah.
I should know.
Listen, Beer Bro, your Google, you're going to go from liters to ounces. You went from like how many pounds it takes to rip off a ball sack.
33.814 U.S. fluid ounces is in 1 liter.
So they're saying that was that a lifetime or a year?
Year.
So 330 something ounces a year.
No. That's 1 liter. They drink 18. So that would be 608.652 ounces a year. Russians.
How many?
608.
608.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good weekend.
608 ounces?
Yeah.
Isn't there's like 2,100 ounces in a 30 pack?
No.
No, that's not good math.
No.
Is it?
12 times
Let's
12
just
times
face it,
30,
we're
bud.
dumb
12
when we
times
don't
30.
know what we think we do.
Yeah, 12 times 30 is only 360 ounces.
Okay, so that's almost there.
I mean, yeah, but this said liquor. No, was it liquor? Or was it alcohol? I
It said
don't know. I've had both.
Interesting. Anyways, that's too much math. Either way, Russians drink more than Americans on average. And
On average.
I think on average, this crew probably drinks more than the average.
Than the
mark.
average,
but
yeah, I got you.
we're not going to go there because then next thing you know, when maybe all of our doctors are watching this right now and they're like, hey, the last time that you saw me, you were asked how much do you drink a week, and you said
Socially.
1 to 2, and you drink socially, and you said on the podcast that you drink more than a Russian, so you're a liar. You're now an alcoholic, and you're going to go into rehab, and none of us have time for that. And the
I'm
beard
a
laws.
lush, not an alcoholic, because alcoholics go to meetings, lushes just go to the bars. That's it.
Yes.
Proof that I don't have facts. I was wrong. Musial did not do the average thing. He had as many home and away hits. 1,815 hits at home, 1,815 hits away. Not his average. See, I don't know shit.
So, yeah, you apparently don't know. We're talking facts, but
Well, that's a fact. He doesn't know shit.
that was a
That
fact
is a fact, my friend.
that he
Let's have a beer
doesn't
with that.
know shit. So I think now is a good time. Why don't we discuss what was decided on the picker wheel last week? And if anybody wants to, whether it's Dan C, Neil, Rozzy, Liquid Shano, Geo, anybody else that might be watching this, if you guys have anything that you want onto the picker wheel, we will add it, spin it, and it'll be what we talk about next week. Last week was spun, and it was mountains or beach. Which vacation would you prefer? And let's start with Logan.
Tonight, about an hour before I got here, we actually just confirmed that we are going to Myrtle Beach for spring break and probably Florida for winter break. So we are definitely beach people. The mountains, you have to hike them, and there's usually not a whole lot of sunshine and warmth. So we're going with the beach.
Okay.
Plus, beers taste better on a beach.
Have you had a beer on a mountain? They taste pretty good too.
I've had a lot of beers in Lake Placid. That kind of counts, but not really. I mean,
Okay,
Dark
fair
beers
enough.
on mountains work better.
Fair enough. Okay.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah, that right. Like because you feel all woodsy and artsy and shit. That's not me.
Oh.
Give me bikinis, and
yeah.
sand castles and sunshine.
Brandon, mountains or beach?
So it depends. I'm not a beach guy. Don't got a beach body by any means. My tummy hasn't seen the sun since my face has, and I've had this beard since 2007. I would also say that if you're talking about the mountains, are we talking like Donner Party mountains where we have to hike, or are we talking like like Lake Tahoe? We can drive there. There's a nice cabin, nice little snowy, but there's a cabin, and because if that's the case, I'm taking mountains all day.
I would say
beach
either one.
overrated.
I mean, you don't have to hike the mountain, but
Your
I think
choice,
the
yeah.
mountain scenery, I think we could go with.
Right, but if you're into the Donner Party, I mean, you can go there too.
Yeah, think Cripple
And then-
Creek.
And then if you're into the Donner Party, maybe they'll be inside you because then you heat them.
Oh,
You see what I
Yes.
did there?
Oh, I see what you did there. That was good. That was
let's
good.
cut them open. It'll
If-
be warm.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So we know what Brandon's into. Beard
Like a
bro.
tauntaun.
Beard bro, you going mountains or beach?
I'm going to go beach 100% because I like the sun. I like drinking in warm places. And I like the ocean. I really love the ocean. In fact, we went on our honeymoon to Cancun, and I can't wait to get back there. That's the only time I've ever actually been to Mexico, and I can't wait to get back there once this whole bullcrap pandemic thing happens and gets over because I need to travel.
Okay. He
Have
needs
you
to
been
travel.
to?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Beardbro, have you been to the Ozarks?
I live in the Ozarks.
Well, like you live around them, or you live like in the Ozarks?
Like I can drive 15 minutes and be in the Ozark, like in the hills of the Ozarks. Like I'm
I didn't know
edge
where
of
exactly
Ozarks
you were in
now.
Missouri.
Yeah, so Ozark Mountains extend down into Arkansas just a little bit, specifically around Eureka Springs, Arkansas. But
Have you ever been
yeah,
to
I mean,
Eureka's Castle?
no, I have not. But the dragon did talk to me one time after I had a few too many things to drink. So
Were you drinking with a Russian?
I was drinking better than the Russian.
Whoa.
It was like
I
the
was sad that I was drinking
machine.
Statistically, that's pretty good. And his if your doctor's watching, he's just kidding. He wasn't doing any
It's
of
all
that.
for show, guys. It's all for show. I don't drink that much.
He doesn't drink that much.
So if Lake of the Ozarks counts as the mountains, I would gladly go back there. My aunt and uncle live there, and I've been on the lake at Party Cove once before, about 20 years ago. And let me tell you what,
Tell us.
good time.
Oh, very good.
You ever watch all that Girls Gone Wild shit? Of course we have.
No.
They had a boat there, and like it was amazing. And
They had the Girls Gone Wild boat there when you were there?
yeah, like they were doing the thing, and we were
So they had
floating by.
flotation devices.
And so like they did, and like I'll go to the beach and I don't touch the ocean. I floated in the Ozark Lake or Lake of the Ozarks, whatever fucking lake it is.
You
Yep,
went
Lake
in
of
the
the Ozarks.
body of water?
I floated in the water for like 4 hours. I won't even go in a pool when it's 102 because I don't like water and I get cold.
Was it because
it
you
was
saw
good.
the Girls Gone Wild boat and you floated in the water because you
It
were
was
a
because
wreck for more than 4
my
hours?
uncle and my brother were going, and my uncle's like, "Look, I'm just saying it's gonna be fun." So we got in the boat, we went down there, tied off, and he's like, "So we're going in." And so I floated on a noodle in between my legs. I had cargo shorts.
Yeah, he did.
That sounded
Yeah,
great.
he did.
I had cargo shorts full of beer. By the time I was drinking the last one, it was warm as hell. Didn't care. I floated in the water for like 4 hours. It was fantastic. I would do that again.
Interesting. So you had an erection longer than 4 hours. You should have consulted your doctor.
No,
Yeah,
a fish took
that's what I
care of it.
heard.
A fish took care of it. I was fine.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
Little nibble
that's
here.
okay.
nibble
That's
there.
good to know. Well, if anybody cares, I'm going to choose the
I care.
beach. I'm going to choose the beach. I think
Good.
there's just something kind of therapeutic. It's something good for the soul to get out early in the morning, just kind of walk the beach, the sound of the ocean, accidentally be really hungover and step on a jellyfish, and then you're woke like right up, and then you pee on your own foot because it hurts, and you Googled it once. Is that a real thing? Like, do you really pee on jellyfish stings? Has anybody ever been stung
Pissing
by
on
a jellyfish
jellyfish.
and said, "Hey, pee on me right now"? Besides R. Kelly.
I've
Well,
not-
then I'm
I've
out.
seen it happen, and the guy was like, "It does feel a lot better."
Really?
Well,
I
that
was
was
not
only
like-
because that he paid you. So
So okay. Well, if anybody knows if that's a real
He didn't
thing,
get his money's worth.
and Beard Bro, I'm not going to ask you to Google that, because if you've Googled, testicles, and you've Googled, peeing,
I'm already
on
on
a-
like 15 FBI watch lists. Let's go.
yeah, that's that's okay. Fair enough. Yeah, no more watch lists, and but either way, let's go ahead. We'll spin next week's topic. This is the picker wheel. Dan C said something about poop, but I wasn't sure exactly what he meant. So I'm just going to
had to
put
poop.
Dan C's poop,
That's good.
and we're going
like
to add that to the wheel. So as you can see,
Front to back. That's it.
yeah,
Hey, really quick, by the way,
side to
you
side.
you peeing on it will actually cause more pain than relief. It can aggravate
Really?
the jellyfish stingers into releasing more venom.
so why
I've
was
noticed-
that a thing?
So that's
know,
that's weird because I specifically remember the guy being like, "It feels better," but maybe that was just because it was warm.
Just a myth.
So
It's
I mean,
just
it's
a
got
myth,
to.
and I'm
let's be
seeing
honest.
multiple websites here.
Like, who was the first person like, "Dude, that looks like it hurts. Let me just piss on it."
I guarantee you there
R.
was somebody
Kelly.
in Florida.
R.
Somebody in Florida was like, "I tell you what, man, wangle tangle bangle, man. I'm gonna tell you, I got stung by a jellyfish, and I just pee on it, CT." And
Yep.
the CT was just like, "Oh man, I'm gonna pee all over all over your foot." And
Now-
that's how I think.
Brandon,
There's nothing more painful than a jellyfish sting. But I will say this: if you forego, a little bit of preventative services here, instead of pissing on the jellyfish stinger or the sting, the part of your body, just go to the ocean and piss on the jellyfish. That will do.
What if? You know what I heard though is
Take that.
is you actually put peanut butter on the jellyfish sting, and then it pairs very well.
Make sure dog.
Yeah.
That sounds like the same dude that wants someone to pee on his
I got
foot.
you.
Started that
I
one
got
too.
you.
Oh,
I got the peanut butter and jellyfish. I got you.
Peanut butter
Wow.
jellyfish.
I didn't even get that part.
No, it's
I
okay.
got it. Oh, I totally
just
got
figured
it.
the same
But as
joke
long
was
as
made
it's
by the
great.
same person, Matt.
Ready?
Whoever uses raspberry on a PB&J, you are the devil, and I do not like you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm a grape jelly guy. Let's spin this wheel. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what this one is,
What
but
are we
apparently
talking about?
we're going to talk about clowns versus mascots on next week's episode 107. If you were the one that recommended that, I would love some further explanation because I'm not exactly sure where to go with that. And why you're not a big fan of clowns, or you're saying that
This question scares me. Whoever asked this question is very dark in their soul, and they need to go to church.
yeah. I mean, I don't get it, Brandon. I don't know what you.
The way Brandon's stroking his beard, Brandon's like,
It was Brandon, wasn't it?
fucking love raspberry jelly.
Raspberry jelly, no.
No?
Strawberry jelly is where it's at. You guys who eat grape are too basic, and you deserve better.
Oh,
Oh,
wow!
I don't even eat jelly. I
Hey.
eat PBs. I don't eat PB&J. No peanut butter, no jelly. But I will agree with you. Grape jelly is maybe the worst condiment / food.
Doesn't even taste like grapes.
No, it's horrible.
Fucking purple. Like
It's
it's just
horrible.
fucking purple grapes.
Have you guys ever cleaned out a soda gun?
Yes.
Okay,
I was a bartender. Yeah.
a bartender, Matt
Yep.
you worked for Pepsi.
No, it didn't
Not-
work
not-
for
not
Pepsi.
Mizzards.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways.
if you've ever cleaned out one of those guns, that's what grape jelly must taste like. And
Wait. So
And
you've
jelly.
never
What?
tried grape jelly?
no, I
What?
have,
Oh,
but I've never tried the gunk that comes out of a soda gun. Okay. So that's, anyways, I worded it wrong. Shut up.
I
Hey,
didn't know that there was grape that came out of a soda gun. But Brandon,
that
I gotta
sugar-
say
all
thank
that
you for
sugar,
caring.
though.
I appreciate you.
All that sugar, I'm telling you, I bet,
sorry,
I bet
Carrie, I don't-
that grape jelly and the other taste and feels the same. That slimy slimes that comes out of that thing.
huh. I mean, grape jelly is by far superior. It's the best choice with a peanut butter and jelly, but strawberry jelly, I mean, I'd fucks with it, but it's grape jelly. Anyways, that's gonna be a conversation that we can have another time.
Fair.
I mean, even Gio is just like grape is the best though, bro.
That's fine.
Yeah.
He also licks the inside of, like soda guns. So
Never raspberry on PBJ.
Good. Thank God.
wait. But he's open to it.
He's open to it.
You're kinky. I don't like you.
That's a whole nother conversation he needs to have with his significant other.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the whole?
It needs to be two consenting adults eating that sandwich. I'm just saying.
What about the goober? Have you guys ever fucked with the goober, where
No,
it's the
what's
peanut butter and the jelly in the same container?
That shit's garbage.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna really quick cross brand with your Tuesday show and just say you need to go look up Josh. I'm Josh from England too. You need to go look up his video recently where he and his girlfriend or whatever she is. Sorry, Josh, I don't know. But anyways, they tried the goobers recently. They tried the PB&J mix in the jar, and they both thought it was fantastic. But in
not
their
bad.
English.
I've
They
had
put
it.
sweet
It's
corn
not
on their
bad.
pizza.
It's not.
Yeah, they do put sweet corn on their pizza, which is weird.
Eight
Interesting.
beans on toast and
I like
spaghettios on
beans and
toast.
corn. I can't do
You don't
that.
trust the English when it comes to food.
Beans
And
on
they have
toast?
tea.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
not
a coffee
sweet.
guy.
No, like, to me,
Mm-mm.
in my head, if you put peanut butter and jelly, two completely different substances, and like package them, and I know that you can package anything, all it says is mold to me. Like that's just like that can't.
Yeah.
It can't last for that long. Although I know it
Nope.
can. 'Cause they have
The reason
MRE.
goober sucks is because the goober peanut butter is a little too thick, and
Yeah.
the goober jelly is below par. And so, if you're
Mhm.
mixing two different
Two bad
subpar
products.
things, it's not going to make it good.
So
Now,
if you had to put a
Brandon-
ratio to your sandwich making for a peanut butter and jelly, from your peanut butter to your jelly ratio, what would the ratio? And I'm stealing this from another show that was on Talking Beards Network because it's awesome. So Brandon, what would
I
you
would say
go?
about a tablespoon of peanut butter.
No, but
and
like percentage wise, would it be like 80,
Okay,
20,
I would say
60, 40?
about 65-35 peanut butter over jelly.
Okay.
Give or take. Depends on the
Beard
type of jelly or my mood.
Okay.
Or the thickness of the bread, too. Because bread soaks in the jelly. I don't like soaked in jelly. I like to have my jelly not soaked into the bread.
I like it.
My initial response was 70-30 jelly, 70 peanut butter, 30. Because
So mine's 69-29.
What's the other?
69 peanut butter, 29.
Did you
Yeah,
say
but what's the other?
70-30 jelly over
Bread.
peanut butter?
Yeah, because I
No,
like
peanut
that.
butter.
The same. No. For me, so 70-30 jelly over peanut butter. Here's the reason why. Because exactly what you said. I don't like the bread soaked in jelly. I would rather have that flavor. I want that sitting on top. I don't skimp on the jelly because there's far too many people that skimp on
Well,
jelly.
clearly not, sir. You may have a diabetic issue at fault here.
My pancreas works fantastically.
Well, we'll check back in another 6 months.
Yeah. How often do you guys eat the peanut butter and jellies?
I just had one last night for dinner, but I don't eat it very often, as much as I used to. One of my favorite meals when I was a kid were 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and some ramen noodles. There was nothing better. The sweet and savory together. Ooh.
That's my sister's favorite meal. PB&J's and or ramen noodles.
But did you know that every time you eat a peanut butter and jelly, it adds 33 minutes to your life?
I'm gonna fucking live forever.
Because you eat it so slow, it takes you 33 minutes to eat a fucking sandwich. So you don't do 30. It's 33 minutes less that you're doing something stupid. That's just my reasoning.
Interesting. Okay, well, Logan is clearly
made sense in my head.
Actually,
Damn it.
sound logic.
It is. I look at my son who eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Whoa,
like
hey,
one or two a day.
Yeah.
All day long he'll eat that stuff. But he's so slow. And I'm like, well, at least he's not banging his head into a fucking table.
true. I guess there's that.
Whoa, Blur, what? No.
Oh, Blur.
You mix? No.
Wait, mixing what?
He
Peanut butter
just
and jelly.
mixes them together. So that would be the goober.
So you made your own goober? Is that homemade goober?
You goober.
Yes. So the
that's a
Blur
goober
will
move.
now be referred to as the goober.
The goob.
The goobler.
The goobler. The goobler. Yes. That's
The
fantastic.
goobly oobly.
Goobler. Nice.
So yeah, I mean, I just looked at the clock for the first time and we've pretty much hit our hour, which is amazing. And I've had an absolute great time. This has been a great conversation. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this as well. So what we'll do to kind of end this, we'll just go around the room like we normally do, and you guys just, we'll start with the Beard Bro. Beard Bro, tell everybody what you have going on, where they can find you, and all that good stuff. And ready, go.
Hey, check out TikTok is my biggest thing right now that I'm focusing on, of course, the Beard Bro. And also you can find me on Instagram. Currently working on some stuff, which if you're looking at October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, then I've got some fantastic beer guns. Every single one of these specific, I'm calling them the hashtag FCancer edition. Every single time that you purchase one of these, it does cost you a little bit more than our normal, but I'm making a $10 donation to the Cancer Society, the American Cancer Society. So, you get a great product, you get a feel-good feeling because you're helping do something really awesome for people who need it, because cancer sucks.
Fuck cancer.
Yeah. And outside of that, on a very fun, silly, stupid personal note, I will say I promised you guys last week I'm enjoying the Fall in a Glass beer this week. That is the Rumpy. And good luck finding it, by the way, at this point. Because apparently supplies are running low already, and I didn't realize this, but it's Roar & Sons Brewing out of
It's a cool looking can.
Right? Fort Worth, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, but yeah, it's an annual release. It literally tastes like everything that embodies fall in a glass. Done. Game over.
So
Tastes like
leaves.
applesauce and no, it's wonderful. It's like
black
apple
walnuts.
Yeah,
s'mores.
It's
worms.
It tastes like
Big
a
frogs.
scarecrow, really.
Cinnamon.
But
Yes.
it's the best beer. I wait for this one all year long. So
Burning
that's it.
pumpkins and raccoons.
But,
Smashing Pumpkins, the band.
Yeah. Burnt
From
the
Right.
final note
1979.
that I'm going to say is I do have some very exciting news. I cannot share it on this podcast.
Well,
and I'm
why
not
would
saying
you
that as,
say
like,
that
What
then?
an a-hole.
Oh, I have
Because
all this news, but I can't tell you guys.
I
But
have to.
I've already told the story tonight that I've never
And
told
the 4
anybody.
winning numbers
Hey.
are 872.
Hey. 877 cash now. Anyways, all that said, what I will say is I've had a lot of people asking about the beer gun.
No, you haven't.
I have actually. I've got a shitload of emails, which is interesting. Asking about a 16-ounce option. Guys, it's dropping soon. And by soon, I mean possibly next week.
Soon.
Just give me a second. I promise I'm working on it. I can't show it
By
to
a
you yet.
second, he means a week. Give him a week.
I literally have it right next to me, but I can't show it to you for legal purposes. That's all I'm saying. I love you all, and good night to everybody. And who's next? Bye.
Well, I was gonna say who's next. You just did it for 5 minutes. Nobody
Yeah.
else has time for next.
I'll keep mine short. See my name? That's where you can find me all over social media. Brandon J. McDermott.
And obviously, guys, anybody that's just listening, that's Brandon J. McDermott, the greatest voice on the entire
Greatest
planet.
voice ever.
It's just amazing.
Absolutely.
Yep. Breaking news. Oh wait, never mind. I legally can't say it because I'm peeing on a jellyfish thing. Logan, you could find him probably at
Hold
bars.
on. I have a voice. First off, Brandon's hat makes Brandon sexier than he already was with his voice.
So
And
hot.
I mean, quite honestly, that's amazing. And it looks great on you. You should wear that every day. My hat, Royal J. Acres, that is my my brother-in-law's farm. Has nothing to do with you guys other than when Matt said, "What do you got going on?" I'm like, you know what? Drink real milk, eat local beef if you can.
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, eating other beef is fine. You're supporting business, whatever. Eat local beef, drink milk, drink whole milk if you can. It helps the farmers. Right now, they are really, really struggling. Milk prices are just crazy low when everything else is crazy high because of everything else. And I don't want to say do your part. It sounds all like granola and everything, but you know, if you get a chance, if you're gonna have a glass of milk, drink fucking real milk.
Know what I heard today? Somebody, a good friend of mine, they drink Oreo, or they drink Oreos. They drink lemonade with their Oreos. That doesn't help the farmers at all, and we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, it's a good.
Why
Lemonade
do they hate
with their
America?
Oreos.
I don't know, but either way, no. Segueing from Logan's, conversation. Yeah, support local. Do your part. You know, if you have the means, like that's a cool thing. Yeah, eat the cows if you're into that, and locally, and drink
then-
all of the
And then
milk.
you got this guy.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like milk.
I'm not a big fan.
Not a big
I
fan.
could just say, hey, I don't drink milk.
Yeah,
Out of
and
Ogdenburg.
can we just all agree on one thing?
That's all right.
Fuck almond milk. It's not milk. It is juice.
Nope. Yep.
It is nut juice, and it only takes
It's
8
nut
to 10
juice.
pounds to rip off the human nut sack. And I think that's what we're gonna leave this episode.
Guess
on.
where they get their almond milk, bud?
Oh, interesting. But that's
So
for another
asking
show.
really quick, where'd you get that badass hat?
Oh,
Matt.
me or him? Or he got it
You.
from me. This is a Finlay hat.
That's been my hat.
Yeah,
But
buddy.
they don't. What's really cool is Finlay. Yes, you can go to Finlay Hats, their website, and you can get the hats, the weekly releases and stuff. But there's a whole community that they trade hats. You can buy hats and stuff. So I got this one on a trade site. Yeah,
You
it's,
want a hat with a
insane.
cow on it?
I mean, the hat with a cow. That's pretty cool. Royal J. Acres.
I
hit me
need
up.
that
I will-
actually.
And by the way, it's fitted.
Whoa.
Do they have a
it's
website?
that hair.
Wow,
Do they have a
that's-
website?
No.
These guys, no.
Well, they might have a
Finlay does.
website.
These guys, no.
Yeah, but
Okay, I need
either
one.
way, that's a
what I
wrap. We're gonna call it on
think
the
they have some.
episode. It's been an amazing episode. We're gonna do this again next Thursday for episode 107. We're gonna have some cool topics. If there's any topics that you think would be great for us, or you know what I mean, just don't email Logan at beardlaws.com. He's not gonna get it. Shoot me a message on Instagram for the comments, or Matt at beardlaws.com for anything that you want us to talk about. And that's all I got. That's all I got. I could tell you to go buy merchandise and all that stuff, but nobody really wants to wear Beard Laws shit. I'm not worried.
Yeah,
about
we
it.
do.
It's
Find
cool.
this on Beard Law.
But you can buy Shadow Squeak's beard
Hope you know
shirt.
about his
I bought your
Yep.
thong, so does that count?
It does. Show us. Just kidding.
Nope.
We're going to hit you guys with the outro. Thanks to everybody that spent some of their busy Thursday. You could be watching anything else, but for whatever reason, you came in here and watched this. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks to the dudes at Talking Beards for letting us be on the Talking Beards Network. We greatly appreciate that. Yeah, where's the teat on an almond?
Well, they got to squeeze it like they squeeze a testicle to get it out.
Yeah, the Beard Bro
Takes-
is going to Google
Takes
that.
9.5 pounds to get milk out of an almond.
But either way, make sure you guys follow all of these guys on all the social medias. Brandon J. McDermott, one of the busiest, one of the busiest,
Sexiest voice I've ever heard.
sexiest voice, but this dude
Genuine
is busy.
person, let's be honest.
Go check him out on Twitch. He does a
We
lot
could
of
say that
gaming.
'cause we don't
Go check him out on
we've
all the
never
social
really been
medias.
hand-to-hand,
And,
so, whatever.
Either way, we appreciate you guys. Thanks to you dudes for being here. Thanks to everybody that watched it. We're going to hit you guys with the outro. We'll see you next week on Beard Laws episode 107.
Right,
Okay,
right.
bye.
Peace.